think it's loading more time. 16 instances. Manager. Sure, only these instances. Why you create this much of instances? It is going to charge. See, SonarQube manager, everything is going to chargeable, right? Sure, are these 3 servers only? Sure. Fine. Okay, so in last class, we seen the project, right? In today's class, what we are going to do is, I'm going to tell you a concept called Portainer. What is the name of the concept? Portainer is a type of concept where you can see everything from the GUI mode. Projector. Fine. Okay, you can go. Thank you. I'm restarting the Docker. So here, like currently it is my manager node. Give the command docker stack ls. Currently, how many stacks I have, sir? No, stacks. Only one stack. And how many services I have? Currently, how many services and how many containers I have, sir? Total, I have 4 services. 4 3s, sir. 12 containers, correct or not? So just give the command docker stack ps. Docker stack ps means it is going to tell me how many containers are managing by this particular stack. Oh, docker stack ps. What is the name of the stack here? Courses. Are you seeing all of these containers or not, sir? Basically, everything here we are seeing from CLI mode. Which mode? But if I want to see from GUI mode, there is a concept called Portainer. Basically, it is not inbuilt for logging of Docker. Portainer is a type of concept where we can see GUI for the containers point of view. So I'm going to tell you that concept now. Let me open the Canva. So let me open Canva. So in today's class, we have 3 topics to cover, like very small topics, not that much. If it is done, we will start Kubernetes, or if not, we will cover this and tomorrow we'll start Kubernetes. Let's check how much time it will take. Why? Because I never want you to make hurry. Slow by slow, we will go. If it is done for today, I'm not going to take like extended class. I'm not going to cover the syllabus. Slowly, steadily. There is a proverb called Nidaname Pradhanam, right? That's what I follow generally. Anyone know proverbs here? Tell me some proverbs, you know. Alasya? Amrutam kada? No, Alasya is Amrutam, right? I think so. Sometimes Vishama. Fine. పరిగెత్తి పెప్సీ తాగడం కంటే నుంచో నీళ్ళు తాగటం వెళ్ళి పైన అదే పరిగెత్తి పెప్సీ తాగటం కంటే నిలబడి నీళ్ళు తాగటం బెటర్. స్వామ here I will sing Portainer here. So like I'm going to discuss about this Portainer. It is a container organizer designed to make tasks easy. That means it is a way to organize containers with they are clustered or not. For example, if I have a Docker swarm, I don't know whether it is clustered or not. I can tell like this simply. Able to connect multiple clusters, access the containers. Sir, for example, I have two clusters, cluster number 1, cluster number 2. If I want to combine both of the clusters, I can do it from the Portainer concept. Which concept? And let's imagine in cluster number 1, I have stack number 1. In cluster number 2, I have stack number. Sir, for cluster number 2, I want to get the stack 1. What I want to get? In that case, we can migrate the things from cluster number 1 to cluster number 2 with the help of Portainer concept. Which concept? So Portainer consists of two elements. First of all, Portainer server, Portainer agent. Both elements run as a lightweight Docker containers. Basically here Portainer agent and Portainer server both are Docker containers only. Both are what? What is the meaning of container? Container is like a server. What we will do inside container? We can create the application, we can run the application, we can deploy the application. What is the purpose of using containers rather than using servers? Lightweighted. These are the points you need to understand. Okay. So now here to work with Portainer, first of all, you need to have Docker Swarm. Without Docker Swarm, you cannot work on Docker Portainers. Clear now? Portainer is not a inbuilt Docker tool. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a compose file to launch the Portainer application. Portainer is an application. How I am launching means by using a compose file. Which file? Already it is open source file only. If you go and see now, are you seeing this command, curl command? Copy this curl command and give it here. I'll tell you like what it exactly going to do. If I maximize like this, paste it here. Curl means, sir, we are using duplicate command, right? Why we use duplicate command? So to get the files from internet to local, here also curl command will do same. Curl from this particular path, from this particular URL, I'm going to download a file called Portainer agent.stack. And -o output I'm storing on Portainer agent.stack YML file. Hit enter. You will get the Portainer file now. Are you seeing the Portainer file here? Seeing or not? So next here, what I'm going to do is if I open the file, let me increase some size of the browser a small bit. Cat Portainer stack.yml. Sir, are you seeing this one, sir? Same thing we wrote or not? Version, service, agent, image, volume, network, deploy, everything we wrote or not, sir? Same like I wrote one more file here. This file is going to consist of Portainer application, which it consists of. Now I have the compose file. I want to deploy on Docker Swarm. How can you deploy compose file on Docker Swarm? By using Docker stack. By using what? Give the command Docker stack deploy. Deployment I am doing from compose file. What is the name of the compose file? Docker compose. What is the name of the stack? Portainer. Stack deployed now. Oh, 1 second. 1 second. Basically, I need to change the compose file here. It is not the Docker compose.yml. It is Portainer compose.yml. Unfortunately, I give the wrong file name. This is the name. Is it deploying, sir, now? So now, here what I'm going to do is, I'm going to open my EC2 instance and copy the public IP address of my manager node. Which node? Port number I'm giving 9000. Which one? Now you'll see the application here. Portainer application. One second. First thing is here, we need to check the IP address. We have given all traffic or not in security group. This is my manager node. Security. All traffic is there, but why it is not working? Give me 1 second. Okay. Got it. Docker stack RM Portainer. Remove that one. Currently, I have Portainer file. Now give the command Docker stack deploy -. See, what is the name of the file? It is a compose file. And what is the name of the stack? Portainer. Don't worry, these comments already you have this on the presentation here. You can directly give like this, okay? Hit enter. Is your port in region created now? Give the command docker ps or docker stack ps. I want to get the containers of Portainer. What is the name of pivot T? Okay, pivot TAI. N is missing there. Okay, fine. Are you seeing these are running now? Click on refresh. Are you seeing the application now here? Portainer application. It will load now. Wait. Loading or not, sir? First of all, by default, username is going to be admin. Password you need to give 12 characters long. Tell me any of your name. I'll give password for you. Like it's your account, right? Now, what's your name? Manikanta. One, two, three, four, five, six. Basically, here you need to give 12 characters long password. Create user. Now I'll do nothing. I'll just go inside this one. Sir, currently it is my server. Give the command docker stack ls. How many stacks you are seeing? 2 stacks. Correct or not, sir? Now what I am going to do is, if I open the console, Portainer console, are you seeing 2 stacks here? Open this one. Now it is going to be the craziest tool actually. Are you seeing 2 stacks here? Stack, first of all, courses. Second one is Portainer. Are you seeing them here? Courses and Portainer here. Inside this stack, if I go to courses, inside courses, are you seeing the list of services here? Courses having how many services? 4. Correct or not, sir? And these 4, are you seeing here, sir? Courses, 4 services. Correct or not? So you can get every information or not. Course DTH. Image I am using for this. Wait. Which account it is? It is my account, right? Okay, fine, it can be whatever. Are you seeing this replicated mode? Are you seeing port numbers or not, sir? Are you seeing when it is lastly created and lastly updated? Like that. If you want to go for services, give the command docker service ls. Are you seeing number of services here? How many services you have there? 6. Are you seeing 6 here? And go for containers. So totally how many containers are there here? Give the command docker ps, all containers list. Are you seeing all containers here? Everything coming or not? And even if you go for images, how many images are there here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 images. Correct or not, sir? Are you seeing these images now here? Sir, everything basically what happened is I have taken from Portainer. Whatever you are doing from CLI, everything you are doing from GUI or not, sir? For example, if you want to remove an image, what is the command? Docker rmi-f image name. Correct or not, sir? Let's remove the books. Is that book gone? I mean, book tag is latest. Oh, basically we need to give ID, right? For images, we need to give ID only. 1 second. It is the image ID. Copy and paste it. Image gone or not, sir? Here, if you go and refresh, you can't see that image now. It is gone here as well. Are you seeing any book image now? It's gone. There, I done with the help of command. How I have done it? But here, if you select this one, simply what you can do is click on remove. That image gone or not, sir? I mean, basically that image is currently running for container. We cannot remove it. This image we can remove. Why? Because this is not attached for any of the container. Image gone, no? Like that. For example, here I have a container. Select this container. Are you seeing kill here? Kill or remove or stop? Kill here. Automatically, it is going to remove. Correct or not, sir? And again, we are using swarm now. Automatically, it is recreated. Why? Because we are using. Again, if I try to kill this one. What will happen? That is also going to be recreated. See now? Done now? Like that. Sir, if I want to delete a service, basically we need to give the command docker service rm name of the service. But here, select the service, click on remove. Service gone or not, sir? That means CLI work we done till now. But now I am showing you GUI method. Which method, sir? So then is it a good thing or not, sir? Like that. Even though if you go for Swarm, you can see the number of clusters. Are you seeing the cluster here? Manager worker node. How many CPUs I have for manager? How much of memory? What is the IP address? Seeing. And how many worker nodes you are having? So go for manager node. Inside the manager node, if you want to update any properties, even though you can update the properties as well. For example, currently manager node is active. If you want to inactive, click on pause. It is going to be on pause state. Like that. Again, go for Swarm. Currently, worker node is on which status, sir? Down status. So what you are going to do is click on active. Click on pause. Apply changes. Now it is going to be on paused status. Which status? So like this, you can do whatever you want. Instead of using CLI method, if you want to work on GUI method, which one we can prefer? Which one you can prefer? GM is like what? Portainer. Which one? Is the concept of Portainer clear for all of you? What is the meaning of Portainer and why we are using this one? What is the Portainer and why we are using? Portainer. Just now I said that what is Portainer? It's an application to monitor the containers. Whatever you done from CLI method, you can do from GUI method with the help of concept called clear now. That's it. Basically, nobody is going to teach this concept. Why? Because it is very in-depth concept. In real time, you are going to use this on production level works. Which works? So now you know Portainer, right? That's it. And even if you want to create whatever, for example, I want to create a volume, sir. Go here, click on add volume. My volume name is Raham. What is the name of the volume? That's it. Volume is done. How easily we have done our volume? Simply click on this one and here go to this volume. If you go to this volume, so here you can see complete information. Are you seeing the information or not, sir? And even if you want to attach this volume to any container, you can do it from here itself. Clear now? So that's it. And you can see the logs here. If you see on this bell icon, right? Lastly, I create the volume. Lastly, I update the node. Before that, I remove the service. Before that, I create a container. Whatever the things I have done here, everything I am going to get from a notification. Notification here. The best tool actually, if you ask me, the best. It is about the concept called Portainer. Sir, how did you open the Portainer? By deploying the stack, Priyanka. You can go to this document. In this document, I have like shown you how to do it. Let me give this content for you. 10:45. JFrog is done for you. JFrog. Okay, fine. Why? Because networking, it will take 10 to 15 minutes. Then resource management again take 10 minutes. Still we have 10 minutes. Na? So we will cover JFrog today. So first concept we cover is today. Portainer. I give the theory here and I give the setup also. Done now? So second concept for today is Docker networking. What it is? Let's talk about networking for some time. But before going for networking, I'm going to remove everything here. So can I remove directly stack? If you remove container will create again one more container. If you remove service, we need to remove lot of services. But if I remove stack is directly going to remove the services and containers. Go for stack. Select this stack. Oh, wait. Let's go inside the course. It's not able to remove here. Fine. Let's remove it from CLI. Docker stack, name of the stack is courses. Docker stack RM. It's gone. Docker stack, and the second one is now. Do I have any stack here? Do I have any stack here? If there is no stack, can I get containers? If there is no stack, there is no services. Do I have any service here? No. If there is no services, can I get containers? That means currently my cluster is clear. There is nothing. There is nothing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you about the networking concepts in Docker. Very, very important concept. First of all, what is the meaning of network in general? What is network? Sorry? Networking is to connect the devices, correct or not, sir? For example, let's understand. I have web server, app server, database server. If they want to interact, they need to create on same network. Here also, I am having multiple containers. If containers need to interact with each other, we need to have network or not, sir? Without networking, how come container 1 is going to communicate with container 2? For example, I have two containers, application container, database container. How many containers? Application container. Sir, if application container want to interact with database container, they both need to be on same server. I mean like same network. So that is what we are going to see now. Make the concept of Docker networking. Yeah, the concept is very easy. If you understand the basic thing of networking, it is going to be very, very easy. Here, where is, yeah, here is my network. Compose file. Yeah. Yeah, here it is. I'll tell like, first of all, why we need to use Docker means, if I create two containers, container 1 and container 2, they are going to have different IPs. Let me show you. For example, let's create two containers, Docker, run -itd. First of all, container 1. Container 1 is app container. So image I am giving Ubuntu. What I am giving? Is Ubuntu there? Ubuntu Q container 2. Sir, give the command docker inspect. If I give docker inspect container 1, what is the IP address of this container? 172.17.0. That is the IP address of the container. Give the command inspect container 2. What is this IP address? 172.17.0. So these two containers are having different IP address. For example, if I remove the container, if I create new container, now what is going to happen? You know, Docker kill container 2 I am removing, or container 1. Now again create container 1 with same image. Give docker inspect container 1. Which IP address you give now? 172.17.0.2. That means like whenever you create a container and if you delete them and if you again recreate, container is going to have different IP address, correct or not, sir? For that purpose, even though it is having different IP address, if I want to establish a connection between them, I need to create a Docker network. Let's assume we have two containers like application container and database container. The application container had to communicate with database container. So developer will write a code to connect the application database. Remember, in real time, Developer is the one who is going to write connection of front-end application to back-end database, sir. We don't write that one. The IP address of content is not permanent. If a container is removed due to hardware failure, a new container will be, IP address is going to be, when the IP address is going to be changed, we are going to have connection issue or not, sir? To resolve this one, we are going to use Docker network. What we are going to use? So coming to the Docker network, basically there are 4 different networks. How many? So first one is bridge network. Simply I will tell you. I have one server. What I have? In server I have two containers. If they both want to communicate with each other, then bridge network we are going to use. It is a default network. It is a default network that container will communicate within the same host. That means in same server. Host means server only, right? In same server, I have 2 different containers. Container number 1 and container number. If they want to communicate on each other within the same server, we are going to use bridge network. Which one? Second one, host network. Host network means container is going to use your EC2 network. For example, I have one EC2 server, right? Whatever the network I have for my EC2, same network is going to access by the container. That is what you call as host network. Which one? Bridge network is communication for 2 containers on same host. Host network means container is going to communicate with host network. Third one is none network. Which one? None means if you create a container, but you don't want to expose the container. Nobody want to access that container. So in that case, we are going to use none network. Which one? When you don't want the container to get exposed to the world, we use none network. It will provide, now it will not provide any network for the computer. That means you create a container. If you don't want to expose that container, in that case, we are going to use none. Basically, host and none we never use. Majorly we use bridge communication and overlay. Overlay means opposite for bridge. What is the meaning of bridge? 2 containers are inside single host. If they want to communicate, bridge network. But not like that. If 2 containers are on different servers, container 1 is on server number 1, container 2 is on server number. In that case, what you are going to use? Overlay. So the difference between bridge network and overlay network means bridge work in same server, overlay work in different server. None network will never work. Container is not going to never work. Host network means containers are going to use the host network. Clear now? So these are the type of networking we are having for the, we are having, that's it. Now here what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna how to add this container to my custom network. Simply what I'm gonna do is first of all remove all the containers. Docker kill $. Second thing, Docker. Done now? Fine. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you how to create a network. Docker network ls. It is going to list the networks. What it is going to do? Currently, you are having bridge network. Is going to communicate with local. Host network means going to use the host network. Overlay for different servers. Are you seeing Swarm? Swarm is going to work with different nodes or not, sir? You can see local. None means it is not going to work for any container. Create a network. Docker network create. Network name is Paytm. What is the name of the network? Are you seeing your Paytm network now? Currently, Paytm network is on bridge. That means this network is going to work for the single host. Okay, so like now you are able to hear me. So sorry here, like we are having some internet issues. So fine, seems fine now. So currently, like we are dealing with Docker networking concept, right? So what is the command to create a network, sir? Docker network create. Docker network create. Name of the network, whatever you want. What is the command to list? All of these commands you are going to have here. Later I am gonna give this, okay? Currently, as of now, I'm not giving. I'm just telling the project. Sudo -i Docker network. Seeing the network here, Paytm. Give the command docker inspect network Paytm. Currently for Paytm, are you seeing any containers are attached here? There is no containers attached. If you want to attach a container, the command is docker network docker attach. I am attaching my Paytm network to container 1. Oh, 1 second. Docker attach network. Hmm. 1 second. Docker network attach, I think so. Docker network attach. Oh, sorry. Basically, I need to give not attach. Basically, I need to give Docker connect. Docker connect. I'm connecting my Paytm network to the container 1. Hey, wait. One second. Docker network connect network name. Correct only. Okay. Basically, I need to give lastly container. Docker network connect. Small thing I done mistake is here need to give network connect basically. Docker network connect. I am connecting my Paytm network to container number 1. Done now? No such content. Create content. Okay, delete. Let's create containers. Basically, first of all, I need to have containers. Without containers, I'm trying to connect. Fine. So now you can give Docker network connect. I am connecting Paytm network to the container 1. Is it done, sir? Now? Give the command docker inspect now. Docker inspect network Paytm. Currently, your Paytm is having the container 1 or not, sir? Connecting or not? I want to connect to my container to Docker network connect Paytm to container number. If you get Docker inspect now, are you seeing container 1 and container 2 both are connected or not, sir? Connected or not? Now here I want to check whether there is connection established or not. How to check means first of all go inside container 1, Docker run, Docker run, not Docker. How to go inside container? Docker attach. Ping the public IP address of the server number 2, container number 2. This one, copy, paste it here. Currently, are you able to do this, sir? No, why? Because whenever you are doing anything on Docker, first of all, there are no direct dependencies. We need to install ping command here. It is a package. We need to install that package. Give the command apt update -y. First of all, update and give the package called iputils. What is the name of the package? If there is iputils package only, iputils. 1 second. What is the name of the package here? iputils only, right? iputils -ping. Yeah. Basically, I forgot this command actually. Docker network commands. Fine. iputils -ping. Now it is going to install ping command. Which command? they are inside the same network, but we are checking whether they are communicate or not. They are able to communicate or not. Hit enter. Oh, sorry, apt update not. Give the command ping command. Previously, are you seeing is the container pinging container 2? Is it pinging or not, sir? No. Of course, it is going. Like here in downside, you are not able to see, but are you seeing response here? If I minimize this one, let me minimize. Seeing the ping here. Due to the browser compatibility is high, right? So you are not able to see the ping there. It is how it is going to ping the network, sir. Control. See, pinging container 2 from container 1. Ping means to get the response. Whether container 1 able to communicate with container 2. If I ping you on WhatsApp, what is that meaning? I'm checking whether you are able to respond me or not. Correct or not? Now, I want to check container 2 is communicating with container 1 or not. Docker attach container number 1. Oh, sorry. I need to give container 2. Docker attach container 2. So give the command ping command again. And give the IP address of container number 1. This IP of container 1. Copy. Paste it here. First of all, is it going to work directly? No. Why? Because we need to install that package. apt update and give the command apt install iputils hyphen ping hyphen y. apt install iputils ping hyphen y. So now whether you are able to communicate or not, check. Is your container 2 communicating with container number 1 or not, sir? Seeing the response here. Response you are not getting. Why? Because the browser size is too small, right? So like if you can expand, you can get it. Are getting the ping now? So this is how it is going to work. Clear now? Now my containers are able to communicate or not, sir? This is how we are going to establish Docker networking concept for the containers. Is the networking clear for all of you? How containers are going to communicate with each other? First of all, we are going to create containers. Whatever the containers we create, we are going to attach containers to the network. Clear for all of you, no? That's it. It is the concept number 2 for day. Every comment here I have given. So these comments you can get from here. How to create a network, how to list, how to delete a network, and how to connect, like everything we have seen here. If we want to delete a network, command is docker network rm paytm. Can we able to delete? No. Why? Because there are 2 containers attached for it. If I want to remove, the command is instead of connect, we are going to write disconnect. Sure. Huh? See what is the command written here? Disconnect. Obviously, like automatic opposite, right? Connect means it is connect. Disconnect means now you can able to delete the network. Done, sir? Like that. It is the way how we are going to work with the networking concepts in the Docker. So final concept of Docker is resource management. Sir, whenever you create containers, containers need some CPU and memory or not, sir? Containers need CPU and memory or not? How come the containers are going to get CPU and memory information? From the host. Check the command ls CPU. How many CPUs I have? ls blk. How many data I have? Like how much of block I have? 8 GB of block data. ls mem. How much of RAM I have? So containers are going to use this 2 CPUs, 4 GB of RAM as well as 8 GB of EBS volume, sir. Already we discussed containers are going to use the host resources. Containers are going to use the, see now. By default not. Containers are going to use the host resource. That means CPU, memory, and RAM. By default, containers are not going to have any limits for the resources. So we need to set the limits. Why? Because I create a container, that container is using 2 CPUs. I don't have any CPUs. Then what about the next container? I have 4 GB of RAM. Container is using 4 GB of RAM. Only container 1. What about container 2 and container 3? We need to set limit or not, sir? Correct or not? So like this. For example, in your home, they prepared your favorite dish, chicken biryani. So you go on top of all of them and you ate all of them. What about remaining family persons? They need to eat, right? So here also we are going to restrict the amount of resource utilization. How we are going to do it means by the help of Docker resource management concept. For example, currently check Docker ps-a. How many containers we have? Give the command Docker inspect container number 1. Sir, currently container number 1 is having any limits of CPU? Can you check here? CPU count. Do it having CPU count and percentage, sir? Do you having any memory resource here? By default, it is not going to have any limits. For that purpose, what I will do is I will create a container. You know how to create container. Docker container. Container 3 I am creating. For this container 3, I am going to set the limits. How to set the limit means -hyphen CPUs. For this container, I want to give only 1 CPU. How many CPUs? Total number of CPUs I have only 2. How many CPUs I want to give for this container 1? Sir, if I want to give half CPU, like 1/4, just put 0.5. What I am putting? 0.5 means I have 2 CPUs. In the 2 CPUs, I am giving 1/4. 0.5 means correct or not, sir? Like that. And give -hyphen mem is equal to, I want to give memory size of 500 MB. How much of MB? Memory means RAM here. What is the meaning of like memory? So right here memory MB MORY. Hit enter now. Oh, basically here container 3 name I need to write it here. Wait. Is it done now? If you go for Docker inspect container number 3, what is the CPU I have given? What is the memory I have given? Now you can go and check here in the hardware. I'll show you. Wait. Are you seeing memory here? 500 MB. And are you seeing nano CPUs? 0.5 CPU means 5 into 10 power 9. Nano means 10 power 9 or not, sir? That many CPUs you will get. That means my host is having totally 2 CPUs. In the 2 CPUs, I give 0.5 CPU for the container number 3. Have you set the limit or not, sir? And how much of memory I have given? Out of 4 GB RAM, I give 500 MB. Correct or not, sir? So this is the way how we are going to limit the containers. If you don't limit the container is going to use the full hardware of our operating of our server. In that case, next containers are going to face issue or not, sir? That's it. So even you can give the command Docker stats. What you can use? If you give the command Docker stats, container 3 CPU utilization is 0.0%. How much? But what is the limit I said? 500 MB. Currently, it is using 0.7% of my total MB. Okay. How much of total MB it is using? 0.7 MB. Oh, wait. Like that. Sir, for container 2 and container 1, have I set the limit, sir? It is directly using 3.8 GB of my server because there is no limits, right? Like that. And how much of memory it is using? 1.05. That means majority of the share is occupying by container number 1, container number. Why? Because I haven't set limit. If I set the limit, it is going to stop, but there is no limit, right? Directly it is going to use it, sir. The process clear how to set the limits for a container? In real time, definitely we are going to set limits for the container. Without setting the limits, we cannot able to work with containers. Clear now? That's it. So it is the command. Clear now? So this is about the overall Docker. And one more thing I'll tell you, for example, if you want to see what is happening inside the container 3, give the Docker top container 3. Docker top is the command which is going to show the process. Inside container 3, these are the process happening. Which command we are going to use? Docker top. Top command is to show what are the process running inside the container. Clear na, sir? No? So this is about the overall Docker for you. So in today's class, first of all, we start with, later we go for, later we gone for networking. Finally, we seen the resource management. And one more small topic is there, JFrog. Setup only I'll tell. We have the script already. I'm going to show you how to set up the JFrog. It will take only 5 minutes. 1709, your repository? 1708, right? Every command you have here, sir. No need of history. Basically, why? Because every command is there. Whatever we discussed. Fine now. So here, like how to set up the JFrog means, first of all, JFrog is an artifactory tool. Which tool, sir? Artifactory means there you can store the var file, jar file, and year file. Okay. If you go for all setups, are you seeing JFrog here? Copy this one. VIM jfrog.sh, paste it here. So now JFrog is going to set automatically. Basically, it's artifactory service. We are going to store var file, jar file, and year file. But in real time, you can also use S3 as your artifact. Why? Because to maintain JFrog, you need to create 2 servers. CPU, memory, like or RAM, you need to pay the amount. But in real time, whatever companies we work on, we majorly prefer S3. Why? Because S3 is not free of cost. First of all, S3 is not paid one. When you compare JFrog, for JFrog, you need to maintain 2 servers. But for artifact, in AWS, we will maintain on single bucket. So maintaining bucket is more easy than maintaining artifact of S3. Error summary. Hmm. At least 944. Okay, okay, okay. There is no much space required, huh? 944 MB is like we have more than that, right? We have more than required space actually. 7.4 GB is there, but it required like let me rerun one more time. Huh? Okay, I removed it, right? Very total size 1.1. This is crazy actually. Guys, here we are having almost more than like 4 GB, right? It is telling that total size required is 1.1 GB. Why? Even we are using T2 medium only. See T2 medium? Let me increase the block size storage. How to increase storage? I mean, like go to here, click on modify volume. Error need not to come actually, but I'm not sure why it came. Let me increase the block size. Click on modify. Here I'm going to take 30 GB. How much? It will take a couple of minutes. Wait. Currently, du hyphen no no f disk. How many volumes you are having now currently? But that is going to modify to 30 GB. Wait for a couple of minutes. I have seen one thing like yesterday on Kairatabad, they find a crocodile after the rain, heavy rain. You seen that news? I'm not sure where the crocodiles are coming from. This is second time actually. In recent times, like one more area, we got the crocodile in like Hyderabad only. Whenever there are like heavy rains and floods, right? This crocodile is coming from somewhere, and even nobody knows like where it is coming from. Top of Naresh Shetty. Your storage need to change into 8 GB now. 8 GB to 30 GB. See 30 GB now? Let's execute the script. Array man, this is very, very crazy it is actually. Even though I have the enough file system and enough partition, like why it is not creating? Let me work it on server number 2 actually. Huh? CPU I have more than 2 CPUs, na? I have 2 CPUs. It's crazy actually. Okay, well, fine. Let's see on this server. Guys, sometimes these open source tools are going to change the dependency. When the dependency change, we need to check in official documentation why it is not working. Because it lot happen lot of time. For your batch, SonarCube working properly, right? But after your batch, I ran the same script. SonarCube is not working now. Why? Because there is issue with some dependency. Hope it will come. Thank you, Pawan. So, like here we have some Miladul Nabi today. Thank for your wishes. Festival, small festival. So now it is downloading, right? Previously it is not downloading 1.1 GB, but now it is downloading. But there I have almost all 30 GB, but here I have only 8 GB. See how crazy it is working. So now your JFrog is ready. The port number for accessing JFrog is 8081. Copy the public IP address, open the browser here. The port number is going to be 8081. Wait, it is not started yet. Failed. Hey. Right. Disk requirement need 944 MB. But how much of GB I have? 8 GB, right? What is this, man? No, basically I install on both servers, right? Oh, well, wait. I copied the wrong public IP address, I think so. And even it is taking more time here. Seeing it's taking more time here. In general, it won't take this much of time. Okay. So in practice, what you are going to do is create a new server. Don't use the Docker server here. Why? Because these are already used. So might be taking some time. So copy the script and directly execute. The port number is going to be 80. Username admin, password is going to be password. Failure to connect. Why it is failed? Journal, your NAL, journal CTL -XE. Server seems to be too slow actually. Need not to get this much of time. But okay, fine. This concept we will see again. Don't worry. So delete is enough, but don't worry. This JFrog I will connect one more time with you. But what you are going to do is in practice directly execute the script. Definitely will get output. Because I use this server for a lot of works, right? So might be here something is like not working properly. But in our come class, I'm going to cover this one for you. Okay. So any doubts or any